Why are there so many drill bits? And do I need them all?
This is the Old Guy Network.
Yep.
Welcome back to the Old Guy Network, and welcome to the Trailer Hood. I'm the OG, Jay, and you knew that already. And today we're going to talk about drill bits. Yeah, everybody has them, or should have them, and there are so many kinds of drill bits, and it gets confusing sometimes. Why are there so many kinds? Because there's different holes to drill, right? You know, can you use one drill bit for the same purpose of another drill bit? Sure, but why bother when they already made a better bit for the other thing? So what I'm going to do today is talk about 10 different drill bits that are available for you. Now there's more, but I'm going to do 10 because they're the most common ones. And they have specific jobs. But the very first one we're going to talk about today is called a spade bit. These are spade bits. This particular set goes from 3/8 of an inch up to 1 inch, and basically what it does, the design of it, causes the material to get scooped out of the wood a lot quicker, and it's a lot easier to drill a good size hole, a big large hole, and that's what these are. And they call them spade bits because they kind of look like a spade, like a little shovel. The next drill bit is called a step bit, and what this does is you use this for metal up to 1/4 of an inch thick, and it steps up to the next diameter as the bit progresses into the material. Number 3 on our list is the Forstner bit, and they're called that because they're named after the person who invented them, Mr. Forstner. I can't remember his first name, but what these are used for is drilling a flat bottom hole for precision depths. If you have precision mortising you have to do, this is the bit you want to use. There's very little tear out with it, and it works very, very well. I use it for making candle holders. It's the best bit for the job. And number 4 is called an installer bit. You can get these up to 18 inches long, and what they're used for is installing wire or cable. Chances are you've seen somebody use one of these to drill a hole through your wall to install your cable, or maybe a satellite cable or whatever, and they're very handy to have. Now, I've had a set for years. I've only used it probably 6 times, but I'm really glad that I had it. So that's an installer bit. We are halfway through our list, and at number 5, this is called a brad point bit, and it's for hardwood or softwood. Now, this particular bit is for hardwood. You can see it has 3 tines at the end of the bit. For softwood, it just looks like that. It only has the 1 tine, and it keeps it from slipping and splintering. It makes a really nice hole. You can use it on wood, you can use it on plastic, and on some thin sheet metals. And at number 6, that brings us to the masonry bit. And of course it's used for masonry, stone, brick, concrete, not for tile, not for ceramic tile. We're going to cover that in just a minute or two. But this particular bit is used in an impact hammer, or also called a percussion drill or an impact drill, and it drives force into the bit as it drills. And if you're doing any stone work at all and you have to attach something to stone, this is what you use. And number 7 is the auger bit, and what we use this for is for timber, like landscape timbers or railroad ties that people use for landscaping, and very thick stock. It's designed to pull the bit into the wood so you don't have to use a lot of pressure. And if you've ever tried to drill a hole in a landscape timber, this is the one that you want to use. It makes life a lot easier. For number 8, we'll take a look at the tile bit. See, I told you we'd get to this, and the reason why we use this type of bit on tile, ceramic tile, is because it has ground tungsten carbide or diamond tips on the end of the bit, and it makes a very nice clean hole. Now, can you use another bit for it? Yeah, you can. You could probably use a brad point bit, but it will tear the hole up and it will not look good. If you want a nice clean hole on ceramic tile, this is what you want to use. And that brings us to number 9, countersink bits. And if you've ever put something together with screws and you didn't want the screw to be above the level of the wood, well, you know what a countersink is. And these work perfect. I love these, but I also like to use the countersink bits that have the pilot drill in them. And what that does, it drills the pilot hole first, then the countersink. That way, when you put your screw into the wood, it doesn't split the wood. And that brings us to number 10, the general purpose bit. And this is one that most people have. They'll have in their toolbox or maybe in their junk drawer in their house, so that when they do home projects and repairs, they'll have just a good drill bit to do simple things. And you can use them on wood, you can use them on metal, and even ceramic. You can use them on ceramic tile. I don't suggest it because it makes, like I said earlier, you have a lot of tear out, doesn't make a nice clean hole. But everybody should have a set of general purpose bits in their toolbox if you can. But get a good one. They make them out of different materials. You can get them out of carbide or just plain steel, other things. If you see one of these sets at the dollar store, you probably want to pass it by and just get a nice set of general purpose bits. And there you have it, 10 different types of drill bits and what they do. How many of these do you have in your home? I've got all but the step bit. I don't have that because I don't have a lot of use for it, but I might later on. Who knows? I'll probably get a set. But it's important to know what bits you want to use for the job. And I hope this was helpful to you. If it was helpful, please hit like, hit share, subscribe to the channel, for crying out loud. Come on, you've been back here before, haven't you? And it's time. And if you do subscribe, and when you subscribe, please hit that notification bell, and you won't miss any of the videos. Who would want to miss any of this, right? But that's going to do it for me, the OG, and I sure do appreciate you spending time with me here in the Trailer Hood. And hey, you're welcome here anytime. For the Old Guy Network, I'm the OG, and I'm out.